remember it. I can tell you what I was wearing. I can tell you it was about 7:45 in the evening. It was just getting dark. And I went back, and this is what came out of my mouth. Every word of this is true. Everything that I say is true. I don't speak lies any longer. I said, from this moment on, I send you love. Who am I? Who am I to tell you what you should or shouldn't have done? You did what you knew how to do, given the conditions of your life. And I'm sending you love from here on in. I'm done with this rage, this hatred, this anger. I'm done with it. Because I used to wake up in dreams just like sweating and just so deeply in pain. I got back in the car. It was like this huge weight had been lifted off of me. All of the anger, all of the hatred, all of that stuff inside that has nothing to do with divine love, which is the opposite of love. I got in the car, returned at the airport, flew up to New York, and I took all of the notes that I had been accumulating for the previous 3 or 4 years, and the tapes of the lectures that I had given at the university, because I was taping it, because I knew I was going to write something. I didn't know what or how, just like right now. I know I'm going to write something that is a conversation between your impersonal self, or my impersonal self, and my personal self. The idea that there is an impersonal part of me that is even giving this talk right now. It's even giving me the desire to say it this way instead of that way, that my personal self can't do this. I can't even pick a thought. It's like Lao Tzu said, you're not doing anything, you're just being done. He also said, you're not thinking anything, you're just being thought. The thoughts are just out there, and you get to just pick the ones that are on a big conveyor belt. You pick the ones that work for you. I left. I got up to New York. I got on another plane the next day, and I flew down to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I rented a car. I went to the Spindrift Motel on A1A between Oakland Park and Sunrise Boulevard, and I checked into the hotel with this big baggage of notes, and I didn't come out for 14 days, hardly at all. I would just go across to the ocean and swim right across the street from the ocean. And I wrote a book called Your Erroneous Zones in 14 days, beginning to end. And everything in my life changed. Everything turned around. It was like Mark Twain said that forgiveness is the fragrance that the violet sheds on the heel that has crushed it. On the heel that has crushed it. It's like it still sends love because that's what's inside. Because that's all that's inside. I started running and exercising. I gave up alcohol. There's been no alcohol in my body for 3-some decades now. My relationships changed. I met my wife, and all of these beautiful children began to show up. Erroneous Zones became like the top-selling book in the world. Today, there's about 130 million of them in print, 47 languages around the world. It was a total transformation. So whatever you've got going on inside of you that needs forgiveness, I urge you to do so. This is the most significant moment, I think, of my entire life.
What we feel in the other realm is even beyond forgiveness, because in order to forgive someone, you have to judge them as being wrong first, and then you forgive them for having hurt you. When we're in that realm, it's the state of non-duality. you realize there is nothing wrong. Everything that happened was meant to happen. It was all perfect. I realized I was meant to run away from that marriage because the family who it happened to, they had to have it happen to them because it gave them what they needed to move on, to move to the next stage of life. Everything is so perfect when we're in that realm. It's like we're all part of the tapestry. Everything that even feels wrong, it's all perfect when we cross over.